Hello and welcome along to Doctor Who Debrief episode 7. My name is Rob.
I'm Phil.
I'm Chris.
This is our guest host this week. Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you, I wore it especially.
Really appreciate you making the effort and putting a Doctor Who t-shirt on. You'll see that I've done the same. Chris? Super Smash Brothers.
No,
okay,
no,
good.
no.
Came close.
Good. Right, this week's episode, Kill the Moon. First of 4 episodes in a row in which Moffat has nothing to do with writing. Well, not nothing to do with.
But no writing
He is the
directing.
showrunner.
Yeah, but no writing credit, which is quite big, I guess. 4 episodes in a row. So, overall views of the episode. Phil.
I think I'm probably, out of the three of us, the most happy with this episode. Wouldn't go say it's amazing, but I enjoyed it. I generally quite enjoyed it most of the way through. There were a couple of little bits that were little niggly bits, but I can see your face now. You're like, yeah, I've got about
minutes worth of. No, that's not true.
I didn't mind it. I think there's been a lot worse episodes this season.
See, the thing is, I thought, I might have been mistaken, but I thought you were in the same room as us, and we were watching the same episode. But judging from that...
But I was actually watching an episode from 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
so...
you must have been watching a David Tennant episode
Yeah.
by the sound of it. Chris, we've not said anything like before the recording. We've not spoken. But we've just kind of... You can tell a little bit. Chris, where are you at?
I thought it actually had this really... That kind of altruism question of like kill one to sacrifice 1,000 is a really interesting one. And I've never known that to be explored in Doctor Who. But that was like 2 minutes out of an episode which I didn't really find that enjoyable for the rest of the 43 minutes. I think as a setting it was cool. I don't know if I've ever seen anything on the moon, but I just thought it was daft. Like, it was just daft.
Was that sarcasm?
What?
You've never seen anything on the moon?
Not like... I haven't seen a Doctor Who one on the moon.
They've done one on the moon, haven't
Martha's opening episode?
Oh yeah, that was the prison, wasn't it?
They go
hospital.
to the moon
hospital on the
fairly
moon.
often, I think.
Well, I haven't seen one in ages anyway. And, I thought that might be fun. I don't know, kind of daft. Like, and I thought the Doctor in this episode was just way distant from anything we've seen him do before. Like, I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on that.
Capaldi's Doctor specifically.
Just this really kind of... He's been angry and he's been quite distant, but this was him just being, like, just dropping the mic and walking out the room. I found that nuts.
Was that a rap analogy that applied to Doctor Who?
No, he has kind of... He did that in the first episode slightly as well. He just abandoned Clara and just went, right, I'm just going to...
But, I mean, this was big. Like, when he abandoned her before, it was, like, so he could surprise the enemy. Whereas this was, like... screw it, you sort this out, I'll come back in a bit, you'll probably make the right decision, let's cry about this later. I thought that as a core it had an interesting question, but overall I was a bit let down. Rob, I'm picking up bad vibes. You haven't done your general thoughts.
Don't know where you're getting those bad vibes from. I thought it was a brilliant episode. 11 out of 10. Finish the podcast.
Drop the mic.
I'm just really, really struggling deciding what was more terrible. The moon being an egg or Robin Hood being a robot. Like, I literally cannot decide what was the worst idea that's ever been in Doctor Who.
But Robin Hood wasn't a robot.
It's a tough... Or was he?
But the moon was an egg.
The moon was an egg.
Let's get that straight.
We know that
an
much.
egg.
Okay, so...
Well, I'd say what... Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Go for it.
I was going to say what really bugs me about the whole egg thing wasn't the fact that it was an egg. It was the fact that it's what? When was it set? 2045? 2045?
2049, 2045,
something like that. So not that distant in the future. And it just seems like that's a really big thing. Doctor Who, in the amount of time Doctor Who has already been on our screens, that is in our future. If that makes sense. I'm rambling a bit here,
like
but that makes sense. Yeah. So theoretically, Doctor Who could still be on when we reach 2049.
Yeah, and when
the moon is meant to be hatching. It just feels like it feels a bit short-sighted, and they should have set it a bit further in the future. Yeah.
I see. What was I saying? Yes. I don't know if you guys are as nerdy as me. Anyone remember the episode where they were on the whale?
Yeah,
yes, I did think of that.
And the doctor said, okay, it's your choice, Amy. Do what you want. And, like, Amy didn't throw a fit.
No.
Amy stood up to the challenge and was like, all right, I'll give it a go. And then it wasn't that... what was it? It was either kill the whale or something else.
Crash the starship or something.
So it was kill everyone on the ship or some decision.
Yeah.
And then she came up with a third option of release the whale. Like, it might be fine. And then the doctor freaked out at her, saying, what are you doing? That was reckless. It was kind of like similar to that, but not as good.
Well, and plus as well, Amy didn't sit in the corner like, I've got a physics textbook we can look at. Let's not even talk about that element
Courtney.
of the
Don't bring
I think I'd already blanked her from my memory.
What was her? We always struggle with her name.
Courtney, yeah.
Courtney, yeah. Like, I thought the decision to involve a young actress is good, and kids are important in Doctor Who. But to me, like, A, it seemed really soon after the last episode. B, it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because last episode he was like, yeah, come and throw up in my TARDIS. And this episode he was like, oh yeah, we're come on then, come along. It's like, what? Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, like, Clara didn't want her on the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But the Doctor did. That's very un-Doctor-like. Like, normally it's the Doctor saying, leave the kids out, it's unsafe, etc. And then the companion's like, oh, well, they've seen it now. Go on, just work.
Go on,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the Cyberman episode last time Clara
Yeah,
brought
or they
along.
snuck on or something.
Yeah,
like that.
last time she brought along a gaggle of spawn.
They were much more annoying, though. I think they were a lot more annoying than Courtney.
I just hate kids, I think. Hi, if you're
also,
the young demographic.
Courtney being able to post a Tumblr from the moon.
In the future as
yeah.
well. So is that going onto Tumblr in 2049, or is that going onto Tumblr now?
I mean, I live in South London. I don't get signal on my phone. How the hell did you get on the moon?
4 years in the future, though, so...
Yeah, true. Maybe it's just great.
Signal's better.
Signal's better.
They got the Wi-Fi's on the moon now.
Yeah, probs.
Yeah, so basically, didn't like the episode. When the big revelation came... Okay, so the build-up to the big revelation, boring. Right, Mexicans landed on the moon. Let's walk around their ship.
Spiders.
Spider webs. Walking generic dark shots, generic front face shots, so you can't see what's looking at them. It was all very boring, very generic.
Quite safe, wasn't it? Like,
that was the build up, and then what the payoff from that was the revelation that the moon is an egg. And I couldn't do it when they were like, the moon's an egg. When that moment happened, I don't know. I just couldn't process it. I was like, this is so terrible. How have they let it happen? It's just an awful concept. It's a bad idea.
The moment that you knew that they were going to let it hatch, did everyone else instantly think, well, it's just going to lay another moon?
yeah, totally. Like,
The
how would no one
second,
notice
yeah.
the moon? Yeah. The thing for me was
So predictable.
with those bad guys as well. The spider. Well, I guess they're not bad guys, just bacteria or whatever. We've had that before already because we had inside the Dalek.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking this series, like Inside the Dalek, being chased around by antibodies, and don't move really slowly. We had that as well in the first episode with those clockwork things. It's just like, as a villain, I'm sick of villains coming on. Well, I'm not sick of it. That's not quite. That's making me feel.
It
like
keeps me awake at night.
But like, I feel like we just have all these villains that are like, oh, they're really dangerous, but there's this one tiny impairment. You know what I mean? Like, they're really good, but they can't see anything beginning with the letter R.
Yes, that genuinely wouldn't surprise me if that is the next storyline.
They've all got a kryptonite of some kind.
Exactly.
It's usually ridiculous.
Yeah, and the only one we've had that hasn't had a kryptonite was this thing last week, which just got, I don't even know, trapped in a geography room or something. I don't remember. Yeah.
Can we, going back to another moon being laid, so second time for this series, I'm saying, I'm not a conservationist, I'm not a zoologist, I know a little bit about animals. A freshly born animal, biologically, needs time to mature. A chick cannot lay an egg. A, being freshly hatched, and B, being unfertilised. Like...
But not only that, presumably this moon, so that because nobody notices, particularly that there's not a moon there, it's the same size as the other moon,
Yeah.
which the baby is just hatched from. So it must be smaller than the physical moon, than the egg it just hatched from. Yet it can birth an egg the same size.
Yes.
But how does that
technology.
work?
Why weren't we ever shown this as well? Because we just see like the chicken thing flying around, and then cut to eyebrows, and then you cut back. It's like, look, it's had another moon egg, and you're like, okay, all right, okay.
It's just so flawed. We could literally go on for so long.
I know. I started out saying I quite liked this episode. You were convincing me as we go along, and I'm realising that there were more and more things that actually. I think when I say I don't mind it, I'm comparing it to the really bad first 2 episodes of the season, which I really hated.
That's fair game.
And I think it's just an improvement on that. But yeah.
Okay, highlights.
Phil?
Oh, don't come to me first.
Need some time to think.
I'll go for a highlight. I just think that I love watching that 100 versus 1 dilemma play out in anything. Like, it happens like in films and books and stuff all the time.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Exactly. I mean, Hot Fuzz, Avengers. It happens all the time.
All the greatest pieces of cinema.
Greatest. And I love watching characters react to that. That said, it was a very interesting, and the way they got people to choose, and having that dilemma being chosen on by the many rather than by like an impartial outstander was very interesting, and I liked that as a concept.
And then they ignored it and ignored the will of everyone on Earth.
Again, sorry to bring logic into it, common sense. 45-minute timer.
Yeah.
Earth's rotation, you would get to see very little of the Earth from the moon.
But 45 minutes of moon time is like...
No, but the Earth still rotates. The Earth still rotates at the same rate.
And how did they coordinate switching off all of those street lights and everything at exactly the same time?
As well, like, we were watching Doctor Who. If that happened on the news, we wouldn't have seen it. Like, we'd have just left our lamps on.
That's another thing that's reminded me of something.
Yeah.
The fact that they said, she makes this broadcast to Earth, should we kill the creature? At this point, the people on Earth don't know there's a creature.
True, yeah.
How do they...
Like,
they're sitting at home going,
flawed.
what's she talking about? What creature? Do you know anything about this creature?
In 45 minutes of Earth rotation, you'd only see one country from the moon. The same country from the start. It wouldn't move that much. So you couldn't take a worldwide vote. And you'd only see half of what you could see, which was not facing the sun. Because obviously the sun side, you won't be able to see the lights. It's so many flaws. Moving on. Highlights.
Highlights. I quite liked the end emotional Clara bit. I thought that was a nice bit of character work. I get the feeling you did not like it, but I thought that did well for her character, personally.
It's good to see her standing up, isn't it, and being like pretty.
Yeah, and I think because there's been rumours that she's leaving at Christmas. They seem to be sowing seeds that she's getting more and more, unhappy and frustrated with Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
An arsehole.
Yeah, basically.
The character, not the actor. Obviously.
Yeah,
he's a really nice guy.
Have you met him?
I was in the audience of the Wong show when he was on.
Yeah, your cameo.
He was not a diva.
Imagine him being nice.
So nice. Shout out to Peter Capaldi.
Does he watch? That's listen. He's on the iTunes.
We'll send it to his agent.
Rob, what was your highlight? Please pick something.
No, I'm going to agree with Phil. Clara, of all of it, like, bear in mind the low standard. I quite liked Clara's little run at the end, and I quite liked the new. This is kind of a relationship that we've not seen, a doctor-companion relationship. Actually didn't mind Danny Pink's cameo. However, was perhaps asking for too much when I thought maybe Danny Pink would be on screen without someone mentioning he was a soldier. Have you heard he was a soldier?
Yeah, someone's...
Have they mentioned that?
I thought he used to be a baker. No,
my little brother texted me after last week's episode. He was like, I don't know what Danny used to do. Does anyone know? Yes.
They really should focus more on Danny's past and kind of develop his character and his roots, because I just don't know, like, what kind of a person he is. What did he used to do? So no, actually, Danny and Clara, which I've said in the past I've not been a fan of, actually okay. But yeah, other than not a whole lot. Low light.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you pick a specific low light, can I shout out the and I'm not normally one to be that fussy about CGI, but when the spaceship landed on the moon, and then like you know when you get like when you're young and you get a cardboard thing and you cut holes in the back of it so you can whiz stuff around. I didn't find that particularly enveloping, perhaps, but maybe I was just looking at it with a critical eye.
It's not the worst CGI in the series so far, though.
No, true.
There was a terrible CGI in the first episode.
Was it the front flip?
It was the front flip. It was everything. It was anything where there was a moving background, like when he was on a horse, and it was just
falling out the tree.
Running out the tree.
Anyway,
yeah. I'd say that 5 seconds was my low light because I know you guys are going to pick far more sweeping tar brushes. Phil?
I'm going to go back to what I said, just the logic of stuff. Anything where the logic doesn't work. Like the fact, as I already mentioned, that nobody on Earth knows there's a creature there, and yet they're asking them and treating them like they know it's there already. They've only just discovered this. They haven't had time to tell people yet. That logic stuff like that annoys me.
Okay, my low light.
Try and keep it to
Yeah, okay, I've got one specific thing. So I can tell this episode is going to be praised for the use of the moral dilemma, and all the critics are going to overlook the outcome, the fact that essentially they ignored Earth's decision, etc. So the highlight for a lot of people is going to be the moral dilemma. But so the choice was between the thing in the egg or the Earth. Like everyone overlooked that either way, all of the spiders died. A whole race became. The moral dilemma was, do we kill one race or another? Hang on, there's one in the middle that dies either way. Is everyone not going to try and save them? Granted, they're hunters, but like a giant dragon in the sky isn't going to go on and hunt. I just thought that should have been addressed, maybe.
It didn't even occur to me.
No,
I hadn't even thought about
that. It's just like...
Because even if they're antibodies, they're still like... creature,
a race,
yeah,
and totally. It's all about we've got to choose between races. And there's one in the middle, it's dying either way. So that was kind of like one of the biggest highlights. Actually, had a massive flaw, and that was my low light among many.
Should we do so? Eulogy every week is like a eulogy, but for someone who died in Doctor Who.
It seemed so good at the time.
I think we should really shout out those astronauts with their 5 lines who then passed away, eaten by spiders on the moon. Not a way to go. Kind of memorable enough though, because I can't quite remember their names. And I even looked it up before.
They played a great
But you did
part.
find the interesting fact that one of them was in a Morrison's advert.
That is true. So I guess eulogy to the one.
Was he the kid who forgot the quiche?
I don't know, but that sounds like a murder mystery. Do you guys have eulogies?
Yeah, my eulogy goes out to the spider race.
Ooh.
Gone but not forgotten. By me only.
I didn't know I had to think of a eulogy, so I haven't thought of one. I'm sorry. And I think you've covered everyone that died.
Mexicans.
The Mexicans. Poor Mexicans.
Shout out to the Mexicans.
Shout out to the Mexicans. My eulogy will be to the Mexicans.
Fair.
Well done on them for getting to, space and everything. Because they don't have a space program at the moment, so in the next 25 or whatever it is, I can't count.
Yeah.
Good
They're
effort.
going to be the only ones up there.
Then get eaten by moon spiders. So there we go.
Oh, it's just moon spiders, egg moon.
Also, when have you ever found like a chicken's egg that's crawling in bacteria on the surface? Like bacteria is strong enough to kill things.
So many flaws. One final flaw. Okay, giant spiders, normal sized cobwebs. And we'll leave it on that one. So many.
But it was a fun episode. I would still give it a fun.
You and I have a very different definition of fun.
I'm agreeing with Chris. It's fun.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that. Turn your lights on if you think it was fun. Turn them off if you didn't like it. Doesn't matter either way, because we're going to make a choice regardless. All the spiders will die. Chris, close the episode. I can't.
So we should say you can, if you're listening to us on iTunes, you can watch this on YouTube by searching for Doctor Who Debrief. If you're watching us on YouTube, then why not subscribe? Put us on iTunes, then we'll subscribe to your generic MP3 device by searching for Doctor Who Debrief on iTunes or on SoundCloud. Do we do Twitter handles? Rob, where you at?
Radio Wong.
Nice. Phil?
Udex _Phil.
And how are you spelling Udex?
Catchy.
For people who don't speak Latin.
Oh, for people that don't speak Latin, why do you not speak Latin? IUDEX_Phil.
Nice. And I'm at Enter Soundman. Thank you for watching / listening. See you next week for the Orient Express in space, which looks... Bye!
Bye!